Bo seems like he is wake up from sleep, jumped up as scalded, grabs his bundle of books and runs out of the classroom. As slow and uninterested as Bo was in school, he was fast and smart outside. He took a greasy pumpkin pie out of his pocket and bit off a good piece. He runs between rows of vegetables and suddenly stops at a bush with a green creeper. A few ripe, cracked pods hang from it, and the boy looks around for a way to escape. "Those damn beans," he mumbles aloud, his voice tense and anxious. The pod blinked, opened at the seam, and 6 heads stuck out, each with a different face. Each head looked different, but in one thing they all resembled each other. They were all vicious and frightening. "You brat," shouted the heads of Fizola. "How dare you insult us?" and aimed the plant at him, the head opening its jaws and biting him on the legs everywhere it could. Bo began to run across the sandy path and the crawling thread continued to follow him until he slipped into another vegetable patch. He ran across the dusty pathway, to the front of his house when he almost bumped into the postman from the village. He stepped into the thick, sticky slime the mailman had left behind. "Good day, Mr. Barrow. Is there any new mail?" asked Bo the mailman politely. The mailman crawled further to the threshold and said to him, "Oh no. This time you get a big package," he said and took a baby out of his wide bag. Bo stood amazed and raised both hands. "I don't know anything about it. You must talk to my mother," replied the surprised boy. "Mom, the mailman is here," then turned his head to the big pumpkin covered with pine cone leaves and shouted as loud as he could. The door opened and a woman with long red hair appeared, jeweled with necklace of grass and berries. An adornment of feather in the shape of a butterfly's wings glittered around her pointed ears. "How do you look? You're all dirty and torn. You've been fighting again?" his angry mother asked him. She grabbed him by the arm and pulled him roughly into the hut. She was about to close the door when the mailman approached her. "Madam, wait, your baby has arrived." "Please take the package," said the postman. The woman left only a small crack open at the door and peered out with one eye. When she saw the little baby wrapped in a green sheet, she opened the door and said, "Barrow, there must be some confusion. I didn't order anything." "You must have the wrong address," she said without taking her eyes off the newborn. He looked at the woman and the baby in amazement. "Oh. She tells me I do everything secretly and she orders children without telling anyone," Bo muttered to himself. The inside of the cabin was spacious, although it didn't seem so from the outside. "Bino," she called to her husband. "Come and see what kind of guest we have." "I'm coming, Bella." "I'll be right there. I just have to put the seats in their place," the bearded Bartholin answered and continued to stack the seats in small transparent jars. Nothing was as important to Bino as having complete control over his pumpkin seed collection. And why not? Well, that was his calling. He is a vegetable grower who is at least the 10th generation to grow pumpkins. Not everyone can brag about it. Not even the boastful neighbor Beppo, who received a gold watch for his hat from Natura, the mother of all Bartolines, as a reward for special achievements. Ha! He and special achievements. If only he knew what he achieved so special, Bino muttered jealously to himself. "I'm the one who works day and night, crossing varieties so that everyone can benefit." When Bino heard the baby's cry, he thought it was incredulous for a moment. The monocle fell from his eyes, but he immediately put it back on and proceeded with the greatest calm and care to put the glasses on the shelves.